Hi, this is RockinRobin. Welcome. You are on RockinRobin's Garage Sale Finds, the YouTube channel that helps resellers make more money. Well, today we're talking about flea market reselling. Now, do you sell at the flea market? We're going to give you 10 secrets, 10 tips that are going to help you make more money when you go to the flea market. Now, if this is your first time here, we sell on eBay, we sell on Mercari, we sell on Facebook Marketplace, we sell on Poshmark, and we sell at the flea market. I've been selling at the flea market for a long time, and I'm going to give you 10 tips that are going to help you make more money. You stay with us. Okay, welcome back. It's time to get these flea market secrets. These are things that most flea marketers who've been doing it a long time may know. Some may be new to you if you don't think about them, but I'm going to tell you. Now, the first one is easy. Be friendly. It's always good to be friendly with the people. You might get something in common with them. Maybe you have a dog, they have a dog. Maybe you both like a certain TV show and you're selling a lot of those types of items. It's always helpful. And it's always nice to be friendly, be cheerful. Hello, how are you? Good morning, something like that. Don't be grumpy. Nobody wants to deal with somebody who's grumpy and sitting there and you ask them a question, they don't even want to answer it. Always be friendly, always be nice. It encourages people to come back. And other people will see that as well. And they'll say, oh, let's go to that booth. They may not say it out loud, but they may think it in their head that it's okay to go over there. Be friendly, be nice, be courteous. Always do those things. Those are basic polite manners. But you would be surprised how many flea market dealers don't do them. Number 2 on our list is to have a draw. Have something that is going to draw people to the booth. Always at least one item. I always try to have something that is big, that is bright, that is colorful, or everybody is interested in. Maybe not everybody wants to buy it, but maybe everybody's interested in it. Sometimes we bring a big colorful fish if we can find them, or a big statue, something that people are intrigued by. And this way they'll come to the booth even just to look at it. And while they're looking at that, they might buy something else. And eventually you will sell that if it's a good item and you have it reasonably priced. But for a while, it's good to keep it in there, get some people moving. Hopefully you don't sell it too soon. That does seem to happen to us a lot, that we sell it right away. Maybe we ought to wait and charge more in the beginning so that we can keep it a little longer and then charge less. But always have something that is a draw. Number 3 is to always bring new items. I'm not saying that if you're into sports cards that you have to bring something other than sports cards, but maybe bring some new sports cards. Maybe you sell a lot of antiques. Make sure you have some new ones. Have some boxes in the back that you didn't bring last week and switch them. Not saying you can't bring some of the same ones that people were interested in, but you don't want to bring just the same things. You always have to bring new things. We talked about the draw. You always got to find the draw, but you're always going to have new things for people to be excited about. They don't want to just come in and see the same things over and over and over, because no matter how you look at it, a lot of the people that go to the flea markets come back each time. And if you don't have something new, something totally different, you haven't done something a different way, they're not going to be interested and say, oh, that person, I've seen them a million times, they got the same old crap. You don't want that. You got to keep the tables new. Move things around. Put in new things. Always keep shopping, because you got to find new stuff. So that is number 3, is to always bring new items, not just the same stuff over and over and over. Okay, number 4. Number 4 is being willing to negotiate. There's a lot of times that I'll have people put items together. You're going to have to get lower prices. You can't say, I'm sticking to that on everything. There can be a couple items you say, I want $50 and I'm really firm on that. I'm sorry, I can't go lower. But there has to be other items that you're willing to go lower. If they put items together, or they say you are asking 10, they may say 5, you might be willing to go to 7 or 8. You got to leave a little room, so ask a little higher if you have to, but you got to be willing to negotiate. That's half the fun of flea marketing, and that's what people think. I want to go and I want to barter and see if I can get a better price. So keep that in mind. Now, number 5 is important because it's getting a good spot. You want to get like a corner spot or a spot near the food where everybody always congregates, or even near the bathroom, the first row or the second row where they first come in. You don't want a spot in the back that nobody ever goes to. If you are thinking about going to this type of event, go and check it out first and figure out where you think is the best spot, and then try to arrange with the person who does the spots how you're going to be able to get one of those spots, or what you have to do, or something close to it. You can't get a bad spot. If you're in the boondocks and nobody goes up there, no matter how good of items you had, you're not going to sell anything. So that is important. And another tip is to arrive early. You need to arrive early. You need to get your display out. You need to get your items ready. You don't want to wait and you missed half the crowd because you slept till 10 o'clock. You want to arrive at 6, 7. You would be surprised how early birds come and how you have to be ready. So always be prepared the night before and arrive early and get your stuff out as soon as you can. Now, before we go any further to number 7, I want to remind you, if you like our channel, please remember to subscribe, hit the bell, ding dong, and give us a big thumbs up. We really, really appreciate that, because we want to give you lots of tips and secrets to help you make more money. Number 7 is to keep specific items together. We always have one table of toys, and I keep all the toys together. I don't put them on the other tables. Then I keep kind of house goods. You know, some will be vintage, some will be glass, some things that I think are for the house or for decorative. And then in front I keep sports items or electronics, and sometimes I combine the two. Men's items, women's items. Maybe I'll have a jewelry table or a men's table with knives, but I keep everything together. I don't put them all sporadic around, because if you're looking for knives, you want to be able to look at it. Maybe that's not the one you want, but you'll see one next to it. If they're all around, they're never going to find them. You have to keep all the items that are similar together. That is an important tip that you need to know. Now, number 8 is very important. A lot of you, I always tell, what I do anyways, I sell items on eBay, and if I've had them for a couple years, they're not selling, I take them off. Take them off. Now, I buy items specifically for the flea market, but I also buy items for eBay, and they haven't sold, so I am going to sell them at the flea market. Now, don't expect to ask eBay prices. You're never going to get eBay prices. Do not put little things with eBay prices, because no one is going to buy that. That is the biggest turnoff you're ever going to see. Be reasonable with your prices. At this point, you want to get rid of that item, and you want to make your money back that you spent on it, and maybe a little bit more, and maybe somebody's buying it and they can resell it on eBay. I don't know. You can't overprice it. You can't price on eBay. Stay away from what you were charging on eBay. Charge something reasonable. That's so important, because so many people will say, well, this is selling for $20 on eBay. I'm only getting 10 over here. Forget it. Well, that's great if you're selling it on eBay. But if you couldn't sell it, be happy to get 10, even if you spent 7. That's the way it works sometimes. Number 9 is something that I've always done. I always keep a notebook, and I always write down what I sold and how much I sold it for. This way I can go back. I can see what items were selling and how much profit I made, and was it worth buying again, at what price. A lot of people don't write things down, then they go, oh, I got a pocket full, but gee, I don't know. I like to know that I have the right amount, so I write down the cost as well. And I like to know what I sold it for, because I can't remember everything. And then I come back, what did I buy it for, what did it, and then I can say, oh, you know, we sold a lot of these lotions today. Let's bring these back. You know, otherwise, you don't know what you sold. You can't remember. I still sometimes forget to write things down and forget. So always take a notebook with you and write things down. You'll be so happy that you did. 10, the last one, is remember that the early birds are usually dealers, and they're trying to get everything at cheap prices. So a lot of times I have to mark things up in the very beginning, because they want to buy them so low that I'm not really making much of a profit. And you struggle with that, because you want to sell it, but they're going to try to get it at low prices, and you probably could get more from the later crowd. Remember that. A lot of times they'll buy it from you, and then they'll put it in their booth and ask double what they paid you for. And you're thinking, God, I could have made more money. So be aware of that. You can still sell to them, but don't sell it just to get rid of it and at low prices, because they're only buying it to resell it 90% of the time. If they're not selling it at the booth right there, they're selling it on eBay, or they're selling it at the next flea market. So remember that. The early birds are resellers. They do what you do. They want to get the item and they want to resell it. So don't give it away. So this is RockinRobin. Those are our 10 tips. I hope that you love the things that we did. I hope that you remember to subscribe and you hit the bell. Now I want you to get your items ready, bring them to the next flea market, and you go make yourself some money. See you soon.